Hello and welcome to the Wisdom English classes for the students of CBSE class 11th. Today we are going to study the second chapter of your book Hornbill. The name of the chapter is We Are Not Afraid to Die If We Can All Be Together by Gordon Cook and Ellen East. In this section we will discuss the summary of the lesson. So let us start. The story We Are Not Afraid to Die If We Can All Be Together is a story of extreme courage and skill exhibited by Gordon Cook, his family and crewmen in a war with water and waves for survival. In July 1976, the narrator, his wife Mary, son Jonathan and daughter Suzanne set sail from Plymouth, England to duplicate the round the world voyage made 200 years earlier by Captain James Cook. They took the voyage in their professionally built ship, the Wave Walker, accompanied by two experienced sailors, Larry Wiesel, an American, and Herb Sizzler, a Swiss, to tackle one of the world's roughest seas, the Southern Indian Ocean. The first part of the journey, that is about 105,000 kilometers up to Cape Town, passed off very pleasantly. On the second day out of Cape Town, they began to encounter strong gales. Gales did not worry the narrator, but the size of the waves was alarming, up to 15 meters, as high as the mainmast. On 25th December, the writer's ship was in the Southern Indian Ocean, 3,500 kilometers to the east of Cape Town. The family celebrated their new year on board the ship. At dawn on January 2, the waves were gigantic. Unfriendly weather and gigantic waves compelled the sailors to slow their speed, drop storm jibe, and take other precautions. The danger was so obvious that the sailors completed life raft drill, attached lifelines and life jackets. Suddenly, at 6 p.m., a tremendous explosion shook the Wave Walker and the author was thrown overboard. The ship was about to capsize when another gigantic wave hit it, tossing it upright once again. The author was thrown back onto the deck, his head and ribs smashing against the walls. In spite of his injuries, the narrator took charge of the situation. Somehow, he found the wheel, lined up the stem for the next wave, and hung on till Mary appeared and took charge of the wheel. Larry and Herb started pumping out water like madmen. The whole starboard side bulged inwards. The narrator managed to cover canvas across the gaps to prevent water from entering the ship. Then came more problems. Their hand pumps stopped working and electric pumps short-circuited. Fortunately, the narrator found a spare electric pump under the chart room that worked. The entire night was spent in pumping, steering, repairing, and sending radio signals. The narrator checked charts and calculated that the Amsterdam, a French scientific base, was their only hope. Suzanne and Jonathan were injured, but they said that they were not afraid to die if they could all be together. Sue's head was swollen and she had a deep injury. The narrator became more determined, seeing his children's courage. Finally, they reached Amsterdam, a volcanic island where they were welcomed by 28 inhabitants. Thus, the collective strength and never failing optimism of the sailors made it possible for them to come out of the jaws of death. Though Jonathan and Susan did not do anything to save Wave Walker, but their courage, forbearance, faith, and optimism gave extra strength and persistence to the narrator and his team. The bravery of the strong willed children is noteworthy in the story. Thank you.